Hey guys, MCU Collector here with a new video. This time I'm bringing you my Steelbook collection. So somebody actually on Instagram asked if I could do a video showing off my Steelbook. So I'm just going to kind of jump in and show you guys what I have as far as my collection. It's not a massive collection, but I am very proud of it, and I think it's a reasonable size. So first I'm going to show you my main focus of my Steelbook collection, and that is my MCU collection, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we're going to start with that shelf. It's the one kind of in the middle. It's the kind of one that I really focus on. So we'll just kind of show you each one by one. Then I'll show you the ones beyond the MCU that I have in my collection. So first off is the Iron Man. Now this one I think was a Bluefin exclusive because at the time of the earlier MCU, they weren't doing US releases on Steelbooks, so I have that Iron Man there. I have the Incredible Hulk. This was a Zavvi exclusive with the magnetic lenticular cover. Iron Man 2. This was a second release because the first one got crazy expensive. I had it at one time and had to sell it, but then Zavvi released this, and thank God they did. But the 3D lenticular also there. Iron Man 2. Here is Thor, same thing, 3D magnetic lenticular, Zavvi exclusive. It was a release of Thor, a new version. I have Captain America, the First Avenger. That's an awesome Steelbook. That one cost me so much money to get. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to say. Here we have the Avengers 4K release. This is the brand new one. That was the Best Buy exclusive. So this one is actually replacing the Nova Media one that I have because this is 4K, and I'd rather have 4K. And I really like the way that one looks. Although the Nova Media one, man, that one's a nice one too. Iron Man 3. Thor: The Dark World. And each of my MCU Steelbooks, I have them in these new plastic sleeves. I just got these actually. I need to give myself some wiggle room so I can put these back in. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Guardians of the Galaxy. This was Best Buy exclusive, and this was the first one that I got on release. The other ones I had to get on the aftermarket because I just didn't get into the Steelbook game in time. So that's when I first really started getting into Steelbooks, was this Guardians of the Galaxy one, because when the movie came out, I went to Best Buy just to pick it up, and I saw that they had some Steelbooks left. I'm like, what the heck, why not? And I got hooked bad. Here's the Avengers Age of Ultron. This is the new Best Buy exclusive 4K version. I did have the two previous Best Buy exclusives that were the Blu-ray 3D and regular Blu-ray. I did have both the Ultron version and the Vision version, but I'd rather have the 4K in my collection. Ant-Man. Captain America: Civil War. This is one of my favorite designs for a Steelbook. I really like it. Really like that back as well. Doctor Strange. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Thor: Ragnarok. Black Panther. Of course, the new Avengers Infinity War. Here we're going to move on to the Marvel television because obviously that was the latest movie in the MCU. So here we're going to go right into Agent Carter, the first season. And these TV ones, these are all Zavvi exclusives. They are not released in the US. I had to get them imported. Agent Carter Season 2. Daredevil Season 1. Jessica Jones Season 1. Daredevil Season 2. This is one of my favorite ones because I really like the cover art. The nice red that's metallic really shines through, but then the back also has that Punisher logo. So that's awesome. Really liked in that one. Luke Cage. and the most recent Iron Fist. So hopefully soon, Jessica Jones Season 2. Actually, I guess next up would be Defender Season 1, then Punisher Season 1, then Jessica Jones Season 2, and then Luke Cage Season 2. But the Steelbooks get released quite a while after the season airs, and I'm sure it has to do with contracts with Netflix and how they release them. The regular Blu-rays do get a US release, but those Steelbooks, those are definitely the Zavvi exclusives in the UK. Here next, I also have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Blu-ray. I am very excited because finally Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 will get a Steelbook release. That is coming September 10th, I believe. So Zavvi will send it out to me, and it'll take a few days, about a week to get. So I should have it just shortly after what the actual release date is, because they usually send them out a couple days before. But I do have the Season 1 Blu-ray release. That was released everywhere. Season 2, however, was an Amazon exclusive. So limited release. And then Season 3, they didn't even do Blu-ray. I think they did just DVD. And I'm not sure if they even did a US release on those. But thanks to Zavvi, I did get the Digipack of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. complete 3rd season. And then I also got the Digipack 4th season as well from Zavvi. Now, Season 5 is available for pre-order with an October release, and I actually have that pre-ordered through Amazon UK because it was much cheaper than Zavvi. Sorry, Zavvi, I want to support you guys with your Steelbooks. They're awesome, but Amazon UK definitely had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5 for a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. So there's that, and I'll actually include the links to some of these and then show you whatever is available as far as the Marvel Steelbooks through Zavvi. But next we'll take a look at the other Marvel Steelbooks that I have, as well as the DC that I have, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and kind of all through there. But that's the MCU ones there. These are my pride and joy. These are my absolute favorites. These ones I care about the absolute most. So let's go on to some of the others. Okay, here are my other Marvel Steelbooks. So we'll just go down the line. Here is the X-Men 1 Steelbook. X2 X-Men United. X-Men The Last Stand. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now these are all a matching set. I was super excited when these finally got a US release. I had originally imported some over from like France or Canada or somewhere, and then Best Buy released them here in the US. X-Men First Class. They're just an awesome matching set. I love it when the Steelbooks get matching sets, but then as new releases come out, they don't follow the theme. Of course, the Wolverine. These are all in order of the movies themselves getting released. X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue Cut. Now, I had the original, but when this one came out, I replaced it in my collection with the Rogue Cut. One thing I absolutely hate about this one, and it really, really bothers me because I'm OCD, the title on the spine actually is, you read it this way as opposed to all the other ones reading this way. That bothers me, and there's only certain ones, because this was imported. There's some that do have the title the correct way. I just haven't spent the $35 to $40 to replace it yet. I want to, because that drives me absolutely crazy in my collection. Next is Deadpool. This is the 4K release. I had the original release, and just like with the X-Men Days of Future Past, it had the title and the spine the wrong way for a US release Steelbook. That drove me crazy, so I was more than happy to replace that one with this 4K version. I know, OCD, I'm crazy, I know. X-Men Apocalypse. Logan. The brand new Deadpool 2. This isn't actually a Steelbook, but it's Legion Season 1 on Blu-ray. I do want to get the Gifted on Blu-ray, but it looks like it's only getting a DVD release, and I will not spend my money on DVD because I want HD quality. Here is the Spider-Man Legacy Collection. This is a Best Buy exclusive, so there's actually 2 Steelbooks in there. One for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, all 3, and then the next for the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man movies, both of them. One thing that really upsets me about this is Best Buy released this, and just a couple of months later they released a new pack that had all 5 movies in 4K. I really want to get that one, but that one started at $100. I think it's down to regular $80. I just can't justify spending that much money on something when I have this, and it's still very, very new. So I hate when they do that. They should have just released the 4K right off the bat. This 4K was already out. I'm not sure what they were doing. Here I have the Marvel vs. Capcom Steelbooks. I don't actually have the games. The game might be in there. I don't even know at this point. I don't remember. I know for sure this is an empty Steelbook. This is the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. They're both the PlayStation versions. Because I'm weird and I like to have all the Marvel Steelbooks, even if I don't have the game. Next are going to be the Marvel animated movies. So here is the Avengers. I think there were Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2. It's both of them in this pack. Thor, Tales of Asgard. Again, these are also imported as well. Because Steelbooks aren't as popular here in the US. They've gained a lot of popularity, but back then they didn't. Here's the Doctor Strange. Here, this is a 2-pack. This is the Hulk versus. So it's Hulk versus Thor, Hulk versus Wolverine. So, awesome pack. These animated movies are actually pretty good. I know Marvel really can't touch DC in terms of animated movies, but these were decent enough. Planet Hulk. Here's Fantastic Four 1 and 2. This is a German release Steelbook because one of the movies, and I can't remember which one it is, didn't get a Steelbook release at all. I can't remember if it was the first one or if it was Rise of the Silver Surfer, but this one in Germany, they actually had the release with both movies. You can see it's all like in German or whatever. I usually don't like that, but this is the only way to get both movies in Steelbook, so I got that. Here's Fan 4-Stick. Nothing to mention because that was an absolutely horrible movie. Eric Bana, Hulk. This is also the 3D magnetic lenticular cover. Blade. Blade 2. Let me turn this a little bit. Here. Blade Trinity. Daredevil. This is the Ben Affleck Daredevil. Elektra. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. The Dolph Lundgren Punisher, The Punisher, from the 80s or whenever it was. I saw that movie once when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since. I know I should watch it. The Punisher, this is the Thomas Jane Punisher. I did enjoy that movie. There is no Punisher Warzone Steelbook. I wish there was. There is not. So I have the Blu-ray and it's just in this little protective sleeve. And then also I have this. Even though I have the Thor, Tales of Asgard, they didn't release Steelbooks for the Invincible Iron Man or Next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow. So I do have those on Blu-ray. And Next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow is actually a pretty good one. I actually haven't watched this Invincible Iron Man now that I'm looking at it. I should go back and watch that. I actually haven't watched those Avengers ones either. I need to. Shame on me. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on me. As far as my DC, I have the Lego Batman movie. I did have Flash Season 2 and Arrow Season 3 like on Steelbook. But I sold them off and just wanted to focus on movies. Man of Steel. Batman v Superman. Suicide Squad. Wonder Woman. And here's the other thing that drives me crazy with Steelbooks. Wonder Woman started this animated themed Steelbook art. And then it continued with Justice League. And then they also re-released Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad to match the animated versions. If it was MCU, I would cave in and do it and buy them. But because it's just the DC universe, I'm good. Now let's switch it up and check out some of my other Steelbooks. So those are all the Marvel, like the Fox, and Sony Marvel, and animated, all of that. Let's check out my others. Okay, here are some other ones. So this is, I guess, kind of be Disney, I guess, this section here. So we'll start it off. Here I have Beauty and the Beast. My kids love this movie. It was kind of an important movie. We're actually at Disneyland with this movie release. So we were actually at Downtown Disney and watched the movie with a special fan event. So that was pretty cool. I have Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. As you can tell by a theme here, if I'm going to get a Steelbook, I'm going to make sure that I get all the movies from that franchise in a Steelbook. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, and again, I wish they would have kept up with the theme. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. That's the most recent one. I actually really enjoyed that movie. It had major problems, but I'm a sucker for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I enjoyed it. Next, we have Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. Sean Connery, come on. Awesome movie. Absolutely love this one. And then next we have Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because again, I have to get all movies from the franchise, whether good or not. Because that one is not. Next up, in the Star Wars, and then these just have polybags, because I don't have enough of these plastic sleeves. They're pretty pricey to get. When I get more, then I'll put them all in there. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Here is just the Blu-ray release of the Star Wars The Clone Wars. The reason why I have this one is because it is an actual movie and the Clone Wars is canon, so I have it. There was a Steelbook that was released only in certain countries. I can't find a good deal on one, and I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on a Steelbook. Even though I really want one. I hope they get a re-release somewhere in the future, but I doubt it. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. ROTJ. Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Everyone's favorite Star Wars movie, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's this one. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Everyone's favorite, right? If you're a Star Wars fan, you love this movie. I enjoyed this movie. Star Wars fans, I know you guys all hated it. I liked it. It was entertaining. Just watch it for what it is, an entertaining movie. Don't get too caught up with the high expectations of all the fan theories and everything. Here's the Star Wars trilogy on VHS that I've had forever. It's funny, this thing has survived a bunch of garage sales. I've tried to get rid of it multiple times. Nobody's ever wanted it, so I've somehow held on to it for, I don't know, 20 years, 20 plus years that I've had this. Which is crazy for me to have held on to anything for that amount of time. So, I still have it. Here, Harry Potter. I love the Harry Potter movies. Here is the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them Steelbook. And then here is a special collector case of all 8 Harry Potter films. At one time, there was a version of this that was like a Canada release, but it was definitely not in the U.S. Because again, U.S. we just aren't fans of the Steelbooks. So I wanted to get it. It was so expensive, and then finally, there were new Steelbooks coming out that were coming out overseas. And funny thing is, I bought them. There were this style. They were all embossed. And then finally, Best Buy said, you know what? US, here we go. Here is the collector set in the special case. And we're going to release it in the US, and it's going to be a great price. It was like $120 for all 8 movies on Steelbook. I'm very happy to have them. I'm very proud of that. I love every single Harry Potter movie, even you, Goblet of Fire. But yeah, love those movies. I have a few more Steelbooks, and then we'll finish this off. Okay, so here's just a short stack of remaining Steelbooks that I have, as well as my Disney collection of Blu-ray. I'm a big Disney fan. I always loved Disney. My kids love Disney, so I have a lot of Disney movies on Blu-ray and 4K and 3D. All of that good stuff. But here, again, remember, I focus on franchises. So here is Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies, and I do have the extended versions of all 6 of these films. So even though the Steelbooks are for the regular releases of the movies, I bought the extended versions and placed them in there. The Hobbit and the Desolation of Smaug, this is actually the extended edition Steelbook, so I was fortunate enough there. Here's The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. So all 6 of the Middle-earth films. I have Ghostbusters, so this is the new female version. I actually enjoyed that movie. I know people hated it. I don't know, I thought it was funny. Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 1. And I have all 5 of the Bourne movies. So, Jason Bourne. Bourne Legacy, one of my favorite movies of all time. Love Jeremy Renner. The Bourne Supremacy, that's actually the second one. That's weird. I got them all out of order. Bourne Identity, that was the first one. And the Bourne Ultimatum, which was the third one in the trilogy, which turned out to be 5 movies in the franchise. So there are all my Steelbooks, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. Again, I got most of them from Zavvi, and then a majority of them are Best Buy exclusives. You can't find a whole lot of Steelbooks in other stores. Target had some before. Walmart had some before. Target still gets some exclusives every now and then. Walmart only had a handful that they called exclusives. I don't really think they have any anymore. But there they are. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Hit that thumbs up if you guys liked the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.